my whole life had ended the day she left. 3 years of trying to keep that marriage, and I couldn't keep the pieces in it. There were boxes sitting by the doorway, her picture hanging crooked on the wall. I don't blame it all on her. There were times I chose my pride over her. I stood there staring at the silence, wondering how a man survives it all. I told God, if you're still listening, you picked a hell of a time to speak. Then I dropped down on that kitchen floor, too tired to even try to be strong or weak. I couldn't see beyond the ashes, couldn't understand the pain, but God was doing something underneath it that I couldn't see that day. God was working in the wreckage, working where I couldn't see, taking all the broken pieces and making something out of me. What I call a wasted season, He was using for a reason. What I thought would be the end was only where He'd start again. I couldn't see it through the tears, but looking back after all these years, God was working in the wreckage. Months went by and I took another job at a place across the county. There was an old man there named Charlie, who somehow saw right through me. One afternoon he asked me, "Son, why do you look so lost?" I told him everything I'd lost and everything I thought it cost. He listened without preaching, then he leaned back in his chair. He said, "Sometimes God lets things fall apart so He can rebuild what wasn't meant to stay." I laughed and said, "You don't know me." He said, "Maybe not, but God does." Then he opened up his Bible and showed me Romans 8:28. He said, "You don't have to call it good, you just have to trust the one who can. God can take what broke your heart and put it back inside His hands." God was working in the wreckage, working where I couldn't see, taking all the broken pieces and making something out of me. What I called a wasted season, He was using for a reason. What I thought would be the end was only where He'd start again. I couldn't see it through the tears, but looking back after all these years, God was working in the wreckage. Years later I saw my ex-wife at the grocery store downtown. She smiled and said, "You look different." I said, "I finally figured out." I was trying to hold together things that God was asking me to lay down. She said, "I'm glad you found some peace." And we both just stood there smiling. That night I finally drove past the house we used to share, and I realized the man I was back then wouldn't recognize me standing there. God killed the pride that ruled me and built a faith I couldn't fake. He took the man who thought he knew it all and taught him how to kneel and pray. taking all the broken pieces and making something out of me. What I called a wasted season, he was using for a reason. What I thought would be the end was only where he'd start again. I couldn't see it through the tears, but looking back after all these years, God was working in the wreckage. He didn't stop the storm from coming. He didn't keep the pieces whole. He didn't answer every question when I cried out for control. But he never left the ruins. He was standing in the dust, taking what the world called broken and teaching broken things to trust. And now I understand the promise I couldn't understand back then. God works all things together for good, for those who love him in the end. God was working in the wreckage, working where I couldn't see, taking all the broken pieces and making something out of me. What I called a wasted season, he was using